Hello, everybody. How you guys doing? It is Thursday night, August 18th, and we are here for another exciting live edition of Wrestle Rewind.
Yeah!
How you guys doing, folks? My name is Jose Casabona, host of the show, program, host and founder of the Ravens Flock, founder of this awesome channel that you guys are subscribed to and that you are watching and you are listening to, and we appreciate each and every single one of you. And joining behind the camera is the host of the Black Files, my attack martyr for Wrestle Rewind, the man who puts in the man hours all the videos that we produce on this channel every single week. A man who is happy that CM Punk is back at AEW, but might have mixed feelings about a later return, Mr. Juan Arouse.
Thank you for that introduction, Jose. Don't you ever forget the Mister.
And I say mixed very loosely defined because I know you.
You know what's going on. I am perturbed.
And much like all our shows on this channel, we are simulcasting on youtube.com/TheRavensFlock and twitch.tv/TheRavensFlock online. Hit the subscribe or the follow button on the bottom right corner of your screen, and also hit that notification bell to stay up to date on all of our media content. And of course, leave your questions and comments down below, and we will answer them during the duration that we are live.
But pray tell, Jose, what do we do on Wrestle Rewind?
Here on Wrestle Rewind, we review three of many wrestling programs that airs here in the United States of America, which is WWE NXT 2.0. This week's TV special is NXT Heatwave, All Elite Wrestling's AEW Dynamite, and Impact Wrestling on Access TV. So, just to paint a picture of what's going on here in the wrestling scene. So yeah, we just wrapped up Heatwave, a former ECW pay-per-view that WWE decided to pull out of the cold vault.
Out of cold storage?
Yeah,
which is where they keep the corpses of all the WCW events.
Yeah,
and
I think
they found a freaking ECW show underneath. Real quick, I want to say hi to everyone in the chat. We got Nikki Bella, Kuristi Randoch-san, and Special Snowflake. Made it. Holy cow. And Kuristi, just so you know, we hope you enjoy your first time watching Wrestle Rewind. And
Heck
Snowflake
yeah.
is saying, let's see here. Update, I just finished getting an S rank on Mortimer Freeze in the Cuphead DLC, and I am now 2 achievements away from Platinum Cuphead. I literally feel like a boss.
Nice, very good. I like that. And I think the new season of the Cuphead show comes out tomorrow on Netflix, and I can't wait to watch it.
And if I'm seeing this correctly, Kuristi is also quite perturbed. She's not over what happened on Nerd Report. Jeez, LOL. I'm not gonna lie. I've been running with like a chicken with his head chopped off.
Abridge it for me.
I don't know.
Okay, fine.
I can't abridge what I don't know.
Okay, fair enough.
But yeah, thank you all for joining in tonight. Enjoy this show.
So getting back to what I was trying to say, I think we pulled enough WCW pay-per-views out of the carcass. Let's see what ECW's got. When was the last time we did One Night Stand? A long time ago? Yeah, I think we're gonna do Heatwave.
Yeah, no, the last time there was anything ECW related, it was December to Dismember, and that was the first, last, and only ECW pay-per-view they made.
We don't speak of December
We
to
just
Dismember.
did, and I'm not sorry, because December to Dismember was embarrassing.
It's okay, because TNA did Hardcore Justice, and it did, all the pun intended, more justice to ECW than WWE did.
Just like their electrified cage matches in Hardcore Justice.
I was specifically
my bad,
talking
that
about...
was in lockdown, my bad.
Yes, number one. Number two, I was specifically talking about the year 2010. Thank you very much.
And Hassan Terrell made it to the chat. Hello, Hassan. Welcome to Wrestle Rewind.
Hello, Hassan. Thank you very much for joining us. So, we just wrapped up Heatwave. We just wrapped up the pay-per-view event of Impact Wrestling's Emergence. We are just short of 2 weeks away from AEW All Out. There's a lot of game-changing events that's happening in the WWE, so let's go ahead and cover Heatwave right now.
Yep. So yeah, Heatwave, like we mentioned, this was the NXT special. Give me a minute. Let me get us situated appropriately.
Yeah, it is the NXT special. They've been pulling out really cool TV specials periodically every year since the pandemic started, and it's been pretty good. That being said, spoiler.
Why do I have a bad feeling about this? Why do I have a bad feeling about that laugh that you just gave us? Hey,
you'll see why. So, the opening match was for the NXT North American Championship as Carmelo Hayes, the A champion, defends against Giovanni Vinci, the Italian model, male, sexy guy.
Yeah, like the
Who
guy
looks like
looks like he belongs in Calvin Klein ads rather than a pro wrestling ring.
I would have said Bond movies, but okay.
Well, like a Bond villain kind of thing. Like,
yeah, Bond
hello,
villain.
Mr. Bond.
Well, yeah.
My employer wishes for your termination.
Well, doesn't he give off James Bond vibes to you?
Well, not good guy James Bond vibes, but like Bond villain Bond vibes. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Mr. Bond, my employer gave me a role to play.
Oh God! Oh, you dick!
That is a stealth fucking reference for
so
you
this was
guys.
a difficult call. It was a difficult match for me to call because both of these characters are heels, and one of them has to be the
bad guys for those who don't know pro wrestling.
and one of them has to be the de facto good guy in this bout. But the more I watched it, I didn't find it hard at all because the crowd was 100% behind Carmelo Hayes. Despite him being a bad guy, he is over with the NXT crowd.
Like, say what you want, it takes a lot of effort to make people hate you, but in this instance, they clearly hate Giovanni Vinci more.
I
so
mean,
go friggin' figure.
not to say that Giovanni Vinci isn't doing a good job because he's the bad guy. That's the whole point.
All right, so tell us about the match.
All right, this was purely athletic. Both of these guys are experts in the game. Trick Williams tried to interfere in some instances during the match, but I liked how later on during the match where there was a spot where Giovanni Vinci, he just fucking had enough of this 2-on-1 advantage, so he just goes to the top rope, just does a top rope dive, and just annihilates both Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams at ringside.
Ouch.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. And it looks like Giovanni was going to clinch the win until another fucking screwy interference from Trick Williams cost him the match. So your winner. So your winner and still NXT North American champion Carmelo Hayes. And you know what? I'm okay with this. I don't want to say it's too early to take the belt off of Carmelo Hayes, but like it's probably too early in the same token for Giovanni Vinci to win the championship because he hasn't had many matches yet since his debut.
All right, well at least you're giving a proper analytical view on all this mess.
Of course, absolutely.
You can't say when it comes to the way we review stuff here on Wrestle Rewind that we don't do our homework.
Of course, absolutely.
I'm literally doing homework as we're talking right now.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's homework that you enjoy, Wancho. Trust me. And we're going to get to that in a little bit later. All right, so let's get to the exciting match of the night. And this one is a street fight between the leader of the Phantom League of Legado del Fantasma, Santos Escobar, versus the leader of the Paisanos, Gabagool, Tony D'Angelo, the Don of NXT, Bippity Boppy, Bon Viachi, or any other soprano line I can throw out. I don't freaking know.
Boppity poopy, bippity poopity pop, boppity poopy.
So this street fight has a stipulation. If Santos Escobar wins, then the Legados are exonerated from Tony Schiavone and his family. All 2 members of his family.
His familia, his paisanos.
But not yet. But if Santos Escobar loses, he is out of NXT.
Oh my God! Does this mean that they're not even trying to hide it? Well, you said it last week. They're not even trying to hide the fact that they're using this as an excuse to have Santos Escobar come up to the main roster, saying like, okay, it's time for him to go ahead and rock out with his Latino luchador out, whatever the hell.
Yeah, pretty much, because like with NXT 2.0, the whole goal, I guess, is to push the new generation of characters, Grayson Waller, Tony D'Angelo, Braun Breaker. So yeah, in this case, I hate saying this, but it does make sense that Santos Escobar takes the loss in this one. That being said, this street fight had all of it. They brought in the crowbars. They brought in the steel chairs. They brought in the garbage cans. The Legado del Fantasma prevented Tony D'Angelo's enforcer bodyguard from interfering. And how the hell did this street fight go without a fucking table spot?
Wait, you mean to tell me this is a giant street fight and there wasn't anybody setting up a big folding table to smash anyone through it?
They didn't even crash. They didn't even bother using the announce table for the street fight.
What the hell? What is with these people?
Von Wagner and Solo Sikoa got away with it in their Falls Count Anywheres match.
Yeah, but then again, that's Solo Sikoa, who is an absolute charisma.
Von Wagner is a charisma.
I was trying to say that that Solo Sikoa is the zenith of charisma, whereas Von Wagner is a charisma vacuum. you would imagine that they would have to pull out some extra tricks in order to keep it interesting because Von Wagner sucks that hard.
Also, this brings me to another complaint. This is a street fight. You can brawl anywhere around the arena.
There's another word for street fights. It's called lazy booking.
Well, yeah.
Lazy booking, laziness, just falls count anywhere, no disqualification, no count. Yeah, it's called they don't care. It's called they're just going to smash things all over.
Well, I mean, that's the whole point of the street fight. Oh, God, don't go corny on me, Juan. Please don't.
Kill you.
So, of course, to the surprise of nobody, Tony D'Angelo picks up the win after nailing Santos Escobar with the crowbar. And, yeah, that is the end. That is the swan song of Santos Escobar. I'm not sure if that means it's the end of the Legado del Fantasma completely on NXT. I don't know if Santos is going to be called up to the main roster or the entire group is going to be called up to the main roster. So
who's to say? But it seems like they're just singling out Santos Escobar for now. But we'll find out next week and see whether it's the rest of the it's the whole that if it's the whole group or not. Christy is asking. So the charismaless guy is a mini John Laryngitis. We don't need another one. Oh, God. He does seem like the type of guy that freaking Johnny Tonsillitis would have hired, doesn't he?
Von Wagner?
Yeah. Yep, like freaking club-footed, big freaking dude who looks like
who's ugly as fuck.
He's uglier than Sin. Oh, my God. And I mean Sin Godzilla, like Shin Godzilla, that's like super mutated and evolved, uglier than him.
Pretty much.
Come work for me, pal.
Now, the best segment of the show, and this is going to sound hypocritical, but it is the opening video of NXT Heatwave. When NXT Heatwave opened up, it had the audio narration of Paul Heyman. I kid you not. Former ECW promoter Paul Heyman was hyping up every match on Heatwave, and it was so obvious.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman. I am the advocate for the undefeated, undisputed heavyweight champion, Universal WWE champion, the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar. Wait, what? What's that? Brock Lesnar not here? Oh, wait, this is just promoting Heatwave? Really? Oh, well. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to NXT Heatwave. God dang it. What the shit?
Thank you for a good Heyman impersonation. That being said, that was the only great, exciting segment here. I love the opening video package. And yeah, it may have been Heyman. It may have not have been Heyman, but it sure as hell sounds like Paul Heyman to me.
It sounds very Paul-y dangerously. What's-her-face was saying... Snowflake was over here saying, Shin Godzilla literally made my sister cry. Like, in terror or in tragedy, because, the story of Godzilla is quite tragic if you think about it,
It is.
Well, like, the original backstory, that was mutated from nuclear fallout and stuff. Well, and I guess that's sort of tragic. Or that he made her cry because he's giant freaking nature kind of thing.
Let us know. I'm all up for
yeah, thank you, Chris. She's like, Brock, Roman Reigns. Whoops. Brock! I mean, the tribal chief, Roman Reigns! How do you think I got that?
I think you're good. Do you need water?
I'm good. I've got my zero sugar Baja Blast.
Okay, that's fine. All right, so now let's get...
what's his face? Let me think. I hate to go on the national desk. I wish it'd be... what's his face? Hassan talking the same thing he always does.
Okay.
And she was nice. She thought he was ugly as fuck, says Snowflake. Holy crap.
All right, let's get to the... well, here's the thing. It wasn't a bad match, but hear me out. Let me discuss it. It is for the NXT Women's Championship. Mandy Rose defends the NXT Women's title against Zoe Stark. Zoe Stark has returned from injury and has earned this opportunity in a Women's Battle Royal a couple of weeks ago. And this match was actually good. Mandy Rose held up her own against the.
Whoop! Fucking hell!
You're jumping ahead.
Are you sure? I freaking that was my accident. What the hell happened?
Are you clicker happy?
No, I'm trying to work on this stuff, and it was like whatever. Okay, all right, well, let's continue.
All right, so like I said, this match was
spoilers.
This match was good. Mandy Rose held up her own against the obvious wrestling veteran of Zoe Stark. The story of this match is that she went ahead and targeted the repaired, injured knee of Zoe Stark, even at one point trying to loosen up the knee brace that Zoe had on her knee just to keep it, not hurry. Because, that's what you need a knee brace for. Zoe Stark was able to mount a comeback.
What the hell?
Stop
What is with this thing? No, it's being stupid. I'm so sorry.
Please stop clicking.
I'm over here trying to fix this stuff, and it wasn't letting me. I'm so sorry. I don't know why it's doing that. Here.
Are you good, man?
No. The technical difficulties, courtesy of the Ravens flock.
Yeah, except this looks...
No, keep going, keep going.
Fine.
You're fine.
All right, so I'll get straight to the finish. So...
the computer doesn't want to.
Yeah, Mandy Rose tries to hit her with. Mandy Rose finishes the match by hitting her with her running knee while wearing the knee brace to add a little bit more leverage.
What knee brace?
Zoe Stark's knee brace.
So she took Zoe Stark's knee brace off.
Zoe Stark's knee brace off, put it on her own knee, and then hit her with the running knee and got the win. You're a winner.
And they couldn't disqualify her?
Nope, because it happened to
what
the referee's back turned.
You've got to be freaking kidding me.
So you're a winner and still NXT Women's Champion, Mandy Rose.
I see what I mean. Like, this is what I was trying to fix up. I am so sorry about that. I'm not trying to get ahead of myself.
Okay.
See this stupid machine thing.
Now, this here presents a potential problem. I say potential because I'm trying not to jump the gun. So, Mandy Rose has been NXT Women's Champion for a very, very, very long time. And at this point, she has basically ran down every female competitor in the NXT roster. And here's the landscape. She's already beaten everyone she's contended with. She's beaten Zoe Stark, Wendy Chu. She's beaten Raquel Rodriguez. She's beaten Saray. She's beaten Cora Jade. That's 5. She's beaten Roxanne Perez. That's 6. She's beaten Io Shirai, or rather Io Sky. That's 7. She's beaten Alba Fire. That's 8. 8 women so far. And as far as the other the newcomers of the NXT Women's Division, they have not reached that point yet to consider themselves a contender for Mandy Rose's Women's Championship. The only few that I would consider that could contend at this point in time, and is my personal pick, Ivy Nile from the Diamond Mine, because she has been protected and she is undefeated. Well, save for her match at
Ivy.
Save for her match at NXT UK. And Nikita Lyons, because the WWE has gone out of their way to promote the absolute hell out of how big of a deal Nikita Lyons is. But the problem is that, man, in her recent matches, she has not been, living up to the hype, I want to say.
Yeah, no, Nikita Lyons has definitely got rough spots in her technique, in her maneuvering. She's got rough spots in the ring. She's good at striking. There is no doubt about that. Mm-hmm. She's very good at striking, and the issue after that becomes, like, what in the world else can we throw at Mandy Rose? Christy was actually over here saying, seems like Mandy is ready to return to the main roster.
It seems like that. What do you think, Juancho? You think the WWE has backed themselves in a corner with Mandy?
Kind of. Yeah, no, it's like the only other way that they could go is if you, like you said, either Ivy Niles or Nikita Lyons, or since she's part of the faction of Toxic Attraction with Gigi Dolan and JCJ, it would seem to me the only other smart thing to do would be to have her teammates try to turn on her. One of them go get, bit by the green-eyed monster of envy. Like, hey, I want to be NXT Women's Champion now too. You've held it long enough. When are we going to get our turn?
That is a very good point.
That's an interesting wrinkle you could take it on.
Okay.
Like, I would say Nikita Lyons, save her for last, if at any point in time, because she has a lot of polishing to do. She's like, okay. It's like we need a nail filer, or rather, no, we need like a hand filing, like those iron files or whatever.
Yeah.
To polish her down, and they gave us they gave us a sheet of silk.
Yeah.
All right. It's gonna take a long time. Nikita Lyons obviously has an athletic background. She has martial arts background on her. She's a black belt in Taekwondo. She could easily kill us both, and I wouldn't blame her either. She's kind of hot too, but that's not important. The important thing is she's like her translation into her martial arts background into pro wrestling background is still a ways to go. There's nothing wrong with how she's going, but she is not ready for contention for the women's championship.
Oh, hey, speaking of women who are not ready for contention, let me talk about the stupid video package here. What's up?
While we're on that, Khaleesi's over here saying WWE needs fresh faces. I'm just saying. And then she's like, yeah, it's more like sandpaper. No, I wish we had sandpaper. Then we could get some progress done. No, we got a piece of rich Corinthian silk or Asian silk. And we're like, okay, we want you to polish off and sand out the edges on Nikita Lyons here. I'm like, help.
But yeah, definitely. But getting back onto it, so yeah, the bad segment of the night was a video hype package hyping the Lights Out match next week between Tiffany Stratton and Wendy Chu. Once again, a match that nobody asked for because this feud is goddamn ridiculous.
You're not wrong, and neither is Cody Stevens here. Is like, that ain't polishing shit. You're right. That's the point. That's the point of the metaphor. It don't polish nothing. But like the idea is, okay, what the heck is going on with this? I changed it to what in the world happened? No, what
you're jumping ahead.
No, I was going to get this, and it did. Yeah, it's great. Friggin' machines.
Yeah, friggin' machines. All right.
So here's so Tiffany Stratton, that would be the blonde girl to the right.
The blonde Barbie girl and
maybe like Valley girl, Barbie girl, Daddy's girl,
and
Rich Snot.
And Wendy Chu, the girl in the pajamas that loves to sleep.
Yeah, that's the whole gag. Like, okay, she's over like Rover in her sleepy girl outfit, but like Wendy Chu doesn't need a sleepy girl outfit to be over. She's still a badass mofo. But whatever, let's keep going. All right. Yeah, Cody, I'm going to try to stop double-clicking the mouse. Sorry. I'm going to stop trying to get ahead of myself. I can't help it. It's part of my job.
So clicker happy.
Yeah, I'm a clicker-happy lunatic.
See? There you go. Right. I invented that term. Patent pending. All right, so now let's get to the main event of NXT Heatwave.
How is this dumb or whatever Jose? Like, because you didn't actually explain it. I just explained the two
you kind of cut me as I was trying to. Okay.
I was giving a quick rundown on the characters. So what's the feud?
So, no, this feud is fucking pointless because nobody gives a shit about the rivalry between Wendy Chu and Tiffany Stratton. This whole rivalry just stems off of, Tiffany Stratton's a bitch, a rich bitch. Wendy Chu doesn't like her. Wendy Chu does pranks on her. And that's it.
It's pranks. It's pranking.
It's just pranking. There's no interest to be gained in the feud if the motivation behind it is weak.
Good lordy. Okay, yeah, no, I get what you mean. Like that, and that's the crazy thing because, like I said, we're not over here big fans of Wendy Chu's sleepy girl gimmick, but it's over. She's over. Like, she's clearly over with the fans. The fans are into it because it's fun, because it's outlandish, because it's wacky. It's fine. You can have fun and wacky shit in your pro wrestling, but at the same time, she doesn't need it. And Tiffany Stratton, as much as Nikita Lyons needs polishing, Tiffany Stratton's like on her way there too. Like, she needs that help also. Also, holy crap, the man himself, holy shit.
Go ahead and say
Val Venus is in the chat.
Oh my god.
Hello, ladies.
What's he saying?
I grant this live stream host 2 hoes.
Oh my goodness.
You know, ladies, the Big Valboski is an awful lot like a Rubik's Cube.
Juan, you might want to be careful.
The longer you work it, the harder it gets.
Juan, you might want to be careful who you're mimicking because he's not very liked on social media right now.
I know he's not very liked, but I'm going on the character, not the guy himself.
Oh, not the guy. Okay, good, good.
His face, Chief Morsley or whatever the fuck was his name?
Whatever. All right, so let's get to the main event of the night, and this one is for the NXT Championship. Braun Breaker defends the NXT title against JD McDonough.
Holy crap.
So JD McDonough made his debut in the Great American Bash. He's he challenges Braun Breaker, and he makes a huge splash. He's been cutting promos, saying that he's a surgeon, that he's gonna inflict pain on Braun Breaker. He destroyed Cameron Grimes. Yeah, you think that would be a good time to take the title off him, right? Right? Right?
About that.
Spoiler alert, Braun Breaker retains. So anyway, getting into the match.
Hobo.
So no. I'm not going to crap on it. This was an actual solid match. And JD McDonough did more than what I was expecting in bringing the pain to Braun Breaker. Of course, Braun Breaker was able to mount a comeback later in the match. He hit JD McDonough with a spear, and then JD McDonough, this is near the end of the match. Then JD McDonough was bleeding out of his mouth. I don't know if he bit down another blood capsule or of his actual blood, but he got up from the spear, no-selling the spear, and saying, "Yeah, do it again. Hurt me harder, daddy." Not in those words, but he was really showing that expression. Like, oh, man, yeah, give me more.
Oh, because he was being like, oh, my God, the American Psycho jokes we were making last week are actually going even worse. He's like, JD McDonough, Mr. Face Needles guy, courtesy of DMC Rage Monster Needles.
Oh, God. So,
what the actual hell?
So, for good measure, Braun Breaker spears him again and then finishes him off with the military press power slam to get the win. Your winner and still NXT champion Braun Breaker. But the real excitement came after the match when his celebration was cut short by the return or debut, however you want to see it, of the NXT UK champion Tyler Bate.
What? Do we have any image of that?
Yes, I sent it to you. How is it that you don't?
No. That's not what I'm. Give me a minute. Where is it? Where is it?
Go ahead and browse.
Lots of browse. Give me a minute. Holy crap! There he is.
There's Tyler Bate. Yeah, there's Tyler Bate, and he's standing in the ring holding the NXT UK titles right next to Braun Breaker holding the NXT Championship. And I kid you not, and man, the commentators didn't even try to hide it. Oh, man, what's going to happen when worlds collide? So we might see NXT UK versus NXT. What? And that's where the show cuts off. And this is something I do want to discuss because this is actually brings up a very interesting point of situation that's happening in the WWE. So it has been announced as of today, they made it official that NXT UK will no longer continue. The story behind is that the TV. Let me get my thoughts here. The TV tapings, the recorded scheduled tapings in NXT UK, they recorded over at the studios called BT Sports in London. They have been canceled. The schedule has been canceled, and that's usually not a good sign for any of the staff and crew of NXT UK. And the story behind it is that BT Sport is going to be filling up their season for football. Oh, I'm sorry, for soccer for my American audience.
Ole, 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 ole. Sorry about that. Here he goes, eh?
Yeah, exactly.
What?
The problem is that NXT UK had the same issue as 205 Live before they revamped it into NXT Level Up. There wasn't they had it exclusively on the WWE Network, but the problem is that not many people were watching NXT UK. And what really hurt their production, what really hurt them, was the pandemic because they had closed down. They had been on hiatus from airing any more shows. There was even speculation that WWE was going to outright just cancel NXT UK in 2020, but they decided to continue on and record their tapings at the BT Sports Center. Now, and this is something that was also corroborated by Dave Meltzer from the Wrestling Observer, who talked about it on the Wrestling Observer Radio. That NXT UK is looking to shut down very soon. And something I do want to bring up, and that actually partially explains the influx of the NXT talent coming over to NXT in America.
So the UK wrestlers all suddenly making their way to the United States of America.
Exactly. Case in point, Juan, get ready because I'm about to present some evidence.
Oh, Lord.
Case in point, I think the first firing salvo was the debut of A Kid, who has now been rebranded as Axiom. He came
a kid.
Nope.
He is a kid.
No, he's Axiom now.
What?
Yeah, he's Axiom.
What?
He's a luchador, Juan. He's a hero. He's a superhero from the comics.
Why? This has Sin Cara written all over it.
Oh, God, Sin Cara.
No, they have.
Wait. Sin Cara 2.0. Ow, fuck?
You earned that. You earned that, and you can't say you didn't.
No, you're right. I did. And another piece of evidence is Pretty Deadly. They were
the pretty boys of NXT's tag team division. They're the NXT tag team champions.
They were
UK tag team champions.
Yeah, they were the former NXT UK tag team champions. And then came the debut of JD McDonough, who was thrusted into the main event picture with Braun Breaker. And then after that, and on that night, and then of course, in reverse, like in the opposite, NXT UK have been incorporating some of the talent from NXT 2.0, I guess, to try and generate some interest in NXT UK, such as this awesome match between Miko Satamora versus Ivy Nile for the NXT UK Women's Championship.
Hassan's over here saying, like, I know that Braun Breaker won. Why he said hell? What do you mean?
Why you said hell?
No, why did we say hell? Like, come on, we're expressive. We've been through this.
Yeah, we've been through this. So yeah,
and this is one thing that I never really understood over here. Miko Satamora, Japanese wrestler.
Yes.
Ivy Nile, American wrestler, and they're fighting for the NXT UK Women's Championship.
Yeah, Juan, it makes just about as much sense as an Austrian wrestler wrestling a Russian wrestler for the NXT UK Males Championship.
What? Oh my God! And Kuristi's over here saying, Snowflake was saying the Power Rangers called. They want their Black Ranger back when you were talking about Axiom.
Oh!
And there's what's his face. And what's his nuts? Kuristi's over here saying it looks sort of like Rey Mysterio's long lost son. Like, yeah, but he's already got his son. It's called Dominic Mysterio. He's not long lost. We found out that Eddie Guerrero's his poppy, but Rey Mysterio is still his daddy, and they're still wrestling together as the Mysterios, father and son, in the main roster.
All right,
so what the hell?
All right, let's go ahead and move on. And then on the same night on NXT Heatwave, we saw several debuts of many of the NXT UK talent. This is a footage from a backstage segment where the Scottish faction from NXT UK, they're called Gallus. They consist of Mark Coffey, Joe Coffey, and Wolfgang. They got into a backstage kerfuffle with Josh Briggs and Brooks Jensen.
Kerfuffle.
Yeah, and this was shortly after they destroyed the Diamond Mine in an in-ring segment. And then we got another debut of another NXT UK talent, and she calls herself the Top Gaijin. She wrestled previously for AEW before she was released in 2020. Her name is Blair Davenport.
That would be this chick over here with the white and black hair.
Yes.
On the left, and there's Indy Hartwell on the right.
There's Indy Hartwell on the right, and this is a segment where Blair Davenport made her debut and tore up the love letter sent to her by Dexter Loomis. What a bitch!
Oh my God! What a biatch! Isn't this also sort of halfway tying into Dexter Loomis returning and being dragged away on Monday Night Raw, or is it on SmackDown that
he's on Raw? And yay for continuity, making a comeback. And then finally, to my final point, we get the post main event segment of Tyler Bate,
the NXT UK champion.
The NXT UK champion himself, standing toe-to-toe against Braun Breaker, hoisting the championships. And today, I got more influx news of what the plans for NXT UK is happening. So
no, they're over here joshing on what's-her-face, the Gaijin girl. What was her name again?
Blair Davenport.
Blair Davenport. They say, like, you mean she looks like Billie Eilish if she was on drugs?
Oh!
It's a good thing Billie Eilish isn't on drugs. She's a good girl. She's a good kid.
So, according to the reports from Fox, apparently NXT UK is going to be reformatted into NXT Europe, which will be launched next year in 2023, and it's going to be more. It's going to put more focus on different wrestlers representing different countries from Europe, rather than being limited to the United Kingdom. But
keep going.
Okay,
keep going. I've got a perfect little thing, and you can't stop me on this one.
And WWE has an upcoming pay-per-view event of Worlds Collide, which will take place on Sunday, September 4th at 4 p.m. Eastern, where NXT wrestlers and NXT UK wrestlers go head-to-head in competition. You know, like Survivor Series.
Yep, it's winner takes all, pal.
Yeah, and
the future of NXT UK is on the line.
Well, you can't.
It's not really on the
you
line.
can't. You have to use Triple H voice now. We're in a new era now, Juan.
Vince wouldn't have any of this. Yeah. Looks like
the future of NXT UK is on the line.
Now, I applaud the idea that they're going to be doing a revamp into NXT Europe, and they're they're going to give more spotlight to the European wrestlers. Except there's just one problem. Wancho, would you like to say it?
You keep going, but I was going to say...
Isn't that something...
The haterade is in. Nobody but H wants those European midgets. What the hell?
Let him. I'll get to...
He's got his haterade on.
Let me get to the problem.
Stream, buddy.
The problem with that is that NXT UK has been featuring European wrestling and has featured other wrestlers from Europe.
But you see, the branding of it being NXT UK seems a little restrictive. If you think about it there. And the one thing that I'm over here noticing, and I'm sorry for calling you out on this, but I have to, and this is the perfect chance for it. You're saying that next year they're rebranding NXT UK as NXT Europe, so includes more European representation, right?
Yeah, from what I've read from Fox.
Well, what that means is that now all those fantasy bookings of the NXT European Championships that you make when you're playing 2K19
oh God,
PS4 are coming to life. You made this happen. This is all your fault, Jose. You did this to them. You killed NXT UK. You did this. I name you for all time. You are the destroyer of worlds.
Well, at least I wasn't responsible for the formation of Schism, bitch.
Thank you for that. Please don't form Schism. That was a dumb idea. Devend is on the chat and saying somebody give him a Snickers. Thank you. You were in for that the other night.
Don't give Juan a Snickers, but you can give me a Snickers and I'll eat it on Juan's behalf. That being said,
I can't have sugar.
That being said, I do want to rewind a little bit to Tyler Bate. So this is funny. As far as Tyler Bate's placement in NXT UK is concerned, so here's the thing. Yeah, he's in the picture. He is the NXT UK champion, right? So here's what's up. How NXT UK works is that they film and they record their shows, their programming weeks ahead of schedule. So, according to the reports that I've read, Tyler Bate has won the NXT UK Championship in a tournament since it was vacated on July 3rd. But that tournament finals won't be aired until later in August or in September, which means that WWE just gave away the finish to the NXT UK tournament just for the sake of bringing Tyler Bate on TV. How the hell did you fuck the Triple H? You're supposed to be better than this.
Oopsie doopsie.
Damn it!
This is what happens when I'm not in every staff meeting.
Oh man, this is such a big misfire. How the fuck do you mess that up?
This was such an oopsie.
This was such a big
It looks
oopsie.
like NXT made a oopsie.
Snowflake is saying that Tyler Bate looks like a blonde Jose.
Whoa!
Kinda?
Oh no.
Kinda.
He has hair.
Oh yeah, no, he does have hair. It's just from the angle there, he looks blonde.
Yeah.
Oh, rather, he looks bald.
H's nose is getting in the way, says Bunda.
Oh my God! So Juan, what do you think of your thoughts? Like NXT UK being formed into NXT Europe.
I'm fine with that. If they're not going to really change anything in terms of the structure of how they're going to operate, that's fine. If they're just giving it a spit polish and change the name so that it feels more international or continental, if you would, then what the hell?
Just don't give it the Splatoon finish like you did with NXT 2.0.
Please, no.
No.
Splatoon shit. It's not. We're not playing goddamn Splatoon anymore. What the hell?
That being said, I do plan to do.
Triple H's nose should have its own flag for that state.
Oh God.
This is the signature storytelling that we're known for. Missing out on continuity at every turn.
That being said, if this does mark the end of NXT UK, I will forever be grateful for everything awesome that came out of that brand. We got some great wrestlers that are currently from NXT UK that are wrestling right now on the main roster. Ria Ripley, she wrestled in NXT UK before being called up to Raw.
Oh yes, Rhea Ripley. Didn't we also get Gunter?
Gunter.
He was Walter.
Yeah, Walter. Man, his reputation speaks for itself. He is an undefeated badass. And he is right now the reigning Intercontinental Champion on SmackDown. So he's doing great.
Very scary, kind of.
As for Pete Dunne. Okay, not everybody prevailed in the main roster.
Oh, friggin' Bunda's over here like, who came from NXT Europe? Sheamus? No, Sheamus came by forever ago. He came from the original Florida Championship Wrestling. And you got to remember, his original name was Sheamus O'Shaughnessy. Yeah, I remember shit. Don't tell me I don't know.
And we also got some great Steal the Show matches from NXT UK. So at some point down in the future, whenever I get around to it, I do want to do a video essay on NXT UK and NXT the Black and Gold era. But that's for later, for another time.
Yeah, that's a little long-term project over here.
Yeah.
Christy's over here saying on NXT UK's tombstone,
Here lies NXT UK. Died due to a jinx from Jose.
Oh, God.
We are here gathered today to recognize the long-standing reputation and career of NXT UK.
You dork.
Yeah.
You guys
The
are
boss.
dorks. All right, let's go ahead and jump right into this week's edition of AEW Dynamite.
Like the fuse hit the boom, Dynamite.
And this show's NXT Dynamite is being...
Bunda was asking who was running FCW. Wasn't it Johnny Tonsillitis?
No. FCW was actually run by the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes.
no, you're right. It was Dusty Rhodes. My bad. Thank you.
No, you're fine.
I love
Also,
being here, says Devin. We love having you here, Devin.
Just from a case of Casabona.
God. This week's edition of Dynamite was also like being advertised simultaneously along with a new HBO show called Game of Thrones House of the Dragon.
Yeah, the nobody asked for, nobody needed, nobody wants the prequel series of Game of Thrones, starring Matt Smith in an albino wig.
Yeah, no thanks. I think I'll stick to regular Game of Thrones. And even then, I might set myself up there for disappointment in the end.
Yeah, no, true.
But that being said, let's go ahead and talk about this week's edition of Dynamite. So Dynamite opens up with...
Look in my eyes. What do you see? The cult of personality. I know your anger. I know your dreams. I've been everything you wanna be. Oh,
I'm the cult of personality. The
Okay, I'm
return, the AEW World Champion CM Punk opens up Dynamite.
How
and-
well timed, because Unicorn Tam joined us on the chat, is returning for an episode of Wrestle Rewind. Hello, Unicorn Tam. Thank you.
Now, Juan, I know you had some homework to do before I went and talk about AEW. So, do you want to talk about how the segment went?
Okay, yeah. It's interesting. It's very odd. The segment actually started with CM Punk calling out, of all people, Hangman Adam Page. For those of you who may or may not recall, back when Adam Page was trying to contend for the AEW World with the AEW World Championship against CM Punk, Cage was actually Hangman Adam Page was actually calling Punk a backstage cancer. And I don't know what the hell that came from. I don't know where in the world that's coming from. So Punk decided to go off script, and he decided to call out Adam Page right at the top of all this and call him out and say, like, "Oh, hey, I hear we're in the land of cowboy shit. How about we have the cowboy Hangman Adam Page actually come out and face me right now?" He sits in the middle of the ring, cross-legged, tosses championship belts on the aside, and waits for Adam Page to show up. Crickets, nothing. And Punk's like, "Oh, I guess cowboy shit's really coward shit, isn't it?"
That was pretty funny.
Anyway, back to the part that actually matters here, folks.
so
Keep going from there. I was like,
so then he starts talking.
What the fuck?
So then he starts running down his opponent, John Moxley, the AEW interim world champion. And to his credit, Moxley has been holding down the house for a while Punk was gone. And Moxley, and Punk, he took some real shots at Moxley. He said that John Moxley is the third best guy in the Blackpool Combat Club, and that is a reoccurring issue with his entire wrestling career.
Punk ran down a lot of folks. He ran down Eddie Kingston even. He was like, "Oh, Eddie Kingston is the third best Eddie I've ever been in the ring with, and the second best Kingston I've ever been in the ring with."
Okay, you got to admit that was actually clever.
Ouch. Ouch.
Clever but painful. Oh,
that burned.
That
burned
really
hard.
burned. And of course, enough was enough. John Moxley then came down to the ring and started having his own war of words with CM Punk, basically telling him like,
War
"Hey,
of words? Can Can Moxley have words? Does
Oh,
he know
don't
how
share
to
that
word?
yet. Don't share that yet. No, no,
But
no.
that's Moxley.
Yeah, but that's for later. That's for later.
What the heck?
That's for later. Don't
Okay,
jump ahead.
all right. Well, fine.
All right, so John Moxley went down and started talking with Punk, and then first of all, calling him out, saying like, "Hey, that microphone you had, you keep saying it's power. You need to wake up in reality, pal. That's just a microphone. That don't mean shit. That belt don't mean shit. And until I beat you, this belt that I have on me doesn't mean shit." So he throws down the interim world title, and then he starts running down Moxley, saying like, "Yeah, you call yourself the best in the world, but buddy, like you're still like." Those words don't match up like with how banged up your body is. Like he declared himself as the heart and soul of AEW, to which Punk replied,
beautifully, like, "You can be the heart and soul you want. I'll be the dollars and the cents."
That was pretty clever.
I'm making money, dear fellow.
That was pretty clever, to which Moxley then replied, "Okay, we all know that the reason you signed up for AEW is because you were running low on cash.
Ran out of cash.
Yeah, you ran out of cash, so don't even go there."
Fucker. Like, no, he fucking didn't. CM Punk didn't need to work if he didn't want to.
So then he got up in Punk's face and then told him, like, "Yeah, buddy," and basically dared him to land the first blow. I like how Punk replied before they fought, saying, like, "Oh, well, we have a pay-per-view event which I will beat you, but if I fight you right now, I'm afraid I might get a little bit of your blood on me.
That you might just start.
That you might just start bleeding all over me if I hit you."
So
So
just so digging at each other about Moxley gigging in every single match and being garbage wrestler, and Punk
politicking, I guess.
Moxley saying like, "Oh, that Punk is a politician, that he's just there for money or whatever."
Yeah,
Fuck.
that is pretty good.
Yeah,
and
no,
then
you're right, Devin. Punk never changes, and Carisi, it's okay. He could be Dean Ambrose in your eyes. There's nothing wrong with that.
And then they has fight.
They has fight.
Pier 6 brawl. Pier 6 brawl.
Pier 6 brawl.
These two started wailing at each other until the officials broke them up, and that was like the opening segment. But then in a later segment, as a former NXT Cruiserweight champion, Tony Nese was going to run down to the ring, Moxley just made a beeline and just ran through Tony Nese and ran through Smart Mark Sterling, and then called out CM Punk to continue the fight that they had before. So they has fight again.
They has fight. Pier 6 brawl. Pier 6 brawl. It's like, what the hell? So like, I'm not done fighting you. Let's just keep fighting some more. I don't give a shit. Okay, we fight.
And it was then later advertised on Dynamite that on next week, the main event.
This is where I'm pissed.
The main event for CM Punk versus Jon Moxley to unify the AEW World Championships will be happening next week on Dynamite. And this is the part where we need to, trust me, Juan, I'm with you on this one. So this can play multiple ways. First of all, I do want to teach a little history lesson for all the children watching. A lesson that I like to call hot shotting. Juan, what is hot shotting in the world of wrestling?
Hot shotting, described in layman's terms, is a term that denotes taking every possible large marquee match that you can devise and shoot and booking it back to back or booking it needlessly early for the sake of cheap ratings. Bunda actually described it pretty well here. AEW needs to stop giving away these title matches out for free. They're diluting the prop. Roman Reigns never defends the title on free TV. The title means more.
And I agree. Now, that being said, WWE has been guilty for hotshot booking on their own right. But, and so has an old promotion called WCW to bring up a point
old promotion, yep.
Yep, to bring up a point of reference and example, on an edition of WCW Monday Nitro in 1998, WCW aired Hollywood Hulk Hogan versus Goldberg on the air for free as the main event for the WCW World Championship, basically leaving millions and millions of dollars on the table that they could have made if they had it on a pay-per-view.
Exactly.
Now...
Oh, what's her face? Casey's over here saying, "Children, my fat Puerto Rican ass is old as fuck, lol." Like,
I say that as a figure of speech.
We say it as a figure of speech.
Now
You're under the learning tree of Wrestle Rewind over here, folks.
Thank you.
And Jose, sadly, is the only one who's able to educate you guys. We don't have anybody better qualified for the job.
That being said, on the other hand, they could be playing a bigger game. They could be setting up for something else for All Out, because I don't think that they're going to have the title change. I don't think they're going to unify the championships next week. I think something else might.
Think they're going to try to turn it into a schmoz, into a pull apart?
They might turn it into a schmoz, and they might insert another contender, making it a triple threat. That is my speculation.
Like who, off the top of your head?
Well, the aforementioned Hangman and Page comes to mind, because as of right now, he is ranked number 1 in the win and loss men's singles rankings for the title.
I don't know. This whole bit over here. As a matter of fact, I'm actually going to go ahead.
Yeah, go right ahead, because this is the part where you come in, Juancho.
From the article listing that you gave me over here is a Dirt Sheet Radio, Fightful, PW Insider, The Wrestler Observer, and Voice of Wrestling are reporting that there have been some issues with CM Punk and Hangman Page brewing for months. The issues stem from the live promo where Hangman treated Punk as an interloper that Page needed to protect AEW from. After the promo, there was a blow-up between the two backstage. CM Punk felt that Hangman had gone into business for himself, going as far as to say that he would never do a job for Adam Page. This all led to a closed-door meeting between Tony Khan, Punk, and Page. This situation between them is currently not a work, leading to a match as Hangman and CM Punk are now currently scheduled to cross paths on television. Like, you can tell that this is official because Zay sent it to me with his screenshot.
You jack off.
No, I'm not taking the jack. I was saying the point of the
Now, on the one hand, this could be true. On the other hand, wrestling promotions, they love to work the dirt sheets.
Okay, well, at the same time, I'm much more willing to believe what's more likely, that Tony Khan, being the coked out dweeb that he is, freaking doesn't know how to corral his wrestlers. And yeah, you could have egos clash when it comes to Page and Punk, but at the same time, they need to get their shit straightened out. They need to actually set up some professionalism between them. Like, okay, you know what? We're going to work. Fine. Let's work. Let's put out the job that they want us to do. Let's be straight with each other. It's not the end of the world. You're going to make money. I'm going to make money. I'm going to make you look good. You're going to make me look good. Great. Got it. Good. Let's go make money. Let's have a good show.
That's what I was going to say.
Be professional.
I agree, and I would also like to add, and I think this is something that you are also trying to say, that like CM Punk and Hangman and Page, okay, come on, let's be face it. All the wrestlers are adults. They are grown-ups.
They are grown-ass men. They are older than me. They are grown-ass men with hair on their body parts. You know, pelitas en sus pejuelos, whatever the fuck. The point is, they need to behave like professionals. Thank you, Nikki Bella, for the black and purple
I
hearts.
appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, no, and Curisti is over here saying, yeah, no, that seems legit. Yeah, no, I don't think this is leading into a thing between Hangman and Punk on TV or at All Out or anywhere else. I believe that if they do try to work it, they need to work it out ahead of time. Like, okay, we clearly have shit to deal with each other. Let's use that. Let's put it in the ring. Let's settle the actual problem now between us, like gentlemen, like businessmen, like fucking athletes, like wrestlers. But like, if we're gonna make money on that, let's make some real fucking money. Make it all out. If they do that, but I doubt that's what's actually happening. This sounds like Trouble in Paradise over at AEW.
It sounds like that, and I hope that that's something they do.
Women in tights.
Thank you for that.
Tights.
I hope you're right, and I hope that they do resolve it before All Out, because man, that is one of their 4 major pay-per-view events.
Ow, what the hell? But the CM skunk is just an old midget that lost a lot of respect when he went over to the UFC and got his ass kicked. Wow, dude. What the hell?
All right, let's go ahead and move on to the exciting match of the night. This is a rematch, but this time it's 2 out of 3 falls.
Enough with the dragon stuff, guys! We get it! We get it. You're stuck in a promotion for a freaking HBO Max exclusive show.
Oh, no. It's the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson, versus the Dragon Slayer, Daniel Garcia, in a 2 out of 3 falls bout. And as a special guest timekeeper, they brought in a wrestling legend, former WWE Intercontinental Champion and former WCW United States Champion, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
The special guest timekeeper.
The
He's not
special guest timekeeper, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Okay, this guy is one hell of a wrestling legend. He's had great wrestling matches in his career. One of his best wrestling matches, he wrestled Macho Man Randy Savage for the Intercontinental title at WrestleMania 3, and he also had many bouts with Ric Flair in WCW.
Loads of bouts between Flair and Steamboat.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And he even came out of retirement in 2009 to wrestle a gimmick like a match with other wrestling legends against Chris Jericho at WrestleMania 25.
That's because what's his face, Mickey Rourke couldn't keep his mouth shut.
And then and then in the following pay-per-view event, Ricky Steamboat actually wrestled Chris Jericho in a one-on-one match for the Intercontinental title.
Yeah, and lost.
But that was still a good showing for a man of his age at the time.
And Invented Dragons, baby.
If he's 69 now, nice. Then let me think. 2009, 59, 40.
And yes, you're right, Christy. Too much fucking dragon bullshit over here. Only dragon I cared for was Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
Yeah, Ricky Steamboat was 46 years old when he wrestled Chris Jericho in 2009.
So what the heck is going on? Yeah, I get it. So much dragon shit here. Oh my god, can you see how many dragon things they've got going on? Woo! House of Dragon, folks, on HBO Max original. Oh my god.
Don't you love it when Warner Media wants you to promote their stuff?
Oh my god.
You know what? Maybe it would be a good thing if AEW didn't have to be tethered to Warner Media Discovery.
But then
they
they'll lose.
didn't have to do this hokey shit like this all the time.
But then they won't have their sweet deals with TBS and TNT.
Put them on Pop TV. Let's have them promote the TV Guide channel.
So this was a great, awesome.
Thank you, Christy. Next thing you know, they'll bring back Cisco Unleash the Dragon soundtrack.
Oh god! Thank you for that. So this was a great wrestling match that really made a star out of Daniel Garcia. The first fall was won by Daniel Garcia after he choked him out.
Who choked who out?
After Daniel Garcia choked out Bryan Danielson with the Dragon Sleeper. Yeah, I know the Dragon reference.
Pronouns, pal.
But then Daniel Bryan was able to rally back in and picked up the second fall by hitting him with a roll up. But then shortly after the second win, Daniel Garcia then knocked him out cold in the head and busted Bryan Danielson open. Oh yeah. By the way, joining on commentary is Chris Jericho. By the way, of the Jericho Appreciation Society.
God Almighty!
But that's not important. I
fought every one of these guys in the ring, baby, and I've invented every one of them.
And then after a series of strikes, after a series of submission holds, after a series of both of these men going back and forth, Daniel Bryan was able to pick up the win after forcing Daniel Garcia to tap out to the label lock.
Ouch.
Your winner, nice. Bryan Danielson.
So many dragons. Good
But then after the match, both of these men, it looks like they were going to shake hands in respect till Jericho attacked Bryan Danielson. But then Daniel Garcia pushed Jericho back, teasing a little bit of dissension in the ranks of the Jericho Appreciation Society.
Oh, no more Joss King for King Jericho.
Yeah, and the crowd was chanting pro wrestler or pro wrestling in favor of Daniel Garcia because the Jericho Appreciation Society, they're all sports entertainers and they're not pro wrestlers.
What the absolute shit! I invented sports entertainment, baby.
So we might be seeing a babyface turn for Daniel Garcia. He might defect and join the Blackpool Combat Club.
I invented it, baby. Invented it.
That being said, this was a pretty damn good match.
But it's so stupid! It was so cool, but it was so dumb!
Why? Too many dragons?
Too much dragon shit! Next match, please. Next bit.
All right, let's get to the exciting segment of the night. This was an in-ring segment with Jungle Boy and Christian Cage. Jungle Boy has challenged Christian Cage to a one-on-one match at All Out. Christian Cage then tried to decline and then offered that the Jurassic Express come back to him, that, you know, he feels like he's a father to them. Come back in here and we'll work things out, son. It's kind of like...
What the hell, Christian?
It's like Green Goblin at his last ounce of life, like, tries to talk to Peter Parker's like, I've been like a father to you. Be a son to me now.
And Jungle Boy is like, I have a father. His name is Luchasaurus.
God sees Jungle Boy.
So then they get into a brawl, and then
They has fight?
to which Jungle Boy got the upper hand, and then he smashed Christian Cage's arm, stomps on his arm onto the steel steps.
Ow.
Getting
brutal.
a little bit of retribution.
Ow, what the hell? Bund over here in the chat. One last thing I'll say about Punk. He never drew big money unless he was in a program with Cena, Triple H, or Brock Lesnar. To all the AEW marks, he's just an ordinary midget. That's all.
Oh.
Punk is 6'2". He's taller than me.
Bro.
Good grief, dude. The savagery on Bunda knows no bounds.
Damn, you know what?
Bunda
Let him.
Pork, what the
Just
hell,
let him,
man?
bro. It's cool.
He's bringing the haterade up in here, man.
That being said, I
Loving
do
it.
want to see that match happen, and it'll definitely raise some questions on whether or not is Luchasaurus going to stick his guns and stick with Jungle Boy at All Out, or is he going to turn on Jungle Boy like a double cross? I don't know. I do want to see this match happen.
well,
because-
let's see how it turns out.
Yeah.
Next segment.
So, Leia, let's get to the match of the night, and this is a tag team match, player.
Holla, holla.
The Varsity Blondes go up against the Ass Boys. I mean the Gun
Boys.
Club. Austin Gunn and Colt Gunn being accompanied by Daddy Ass. I mean Mr. Ass. I mean Billy Gunn.
You mean the one Billy Gunn?
The one Billy Gunn.
Where's Chuck Palumbo up in all this? Come on, man.
So it was a quick 10-minute
Billy and
squash.
Chuck.
It was a quick squash match. The Gun Club picked up the win against the Varsity Blondes. Man, I feel bad for Brian Pillman Jr. right now.
Ow.
And then afterwards, Billy Gunn then cut a promo congratulating his sons for winning and getting back on track until they were interrupted by. There's no image. Don't jump ahead.
Ah, man.
Don't jump ahead.
All right.
They were interrupted by Stokely Hathaway, former NXT manager Malcolm Bivens, who handed them a business card last week, and then the Gun Club turned on their father.
What?
They took up Stokely Hathaway's offer to join his enterprise and turned on their father. And then they were rescued by the Acclaimed. Anthony.
Mr. Ass, Billy Gunn, rescued by the Acclaimed,
Yes.
by Max Caster
And Anthony Bowens.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah.
Holy crap! You guys got to remember, the Acclaimed are fucking fun, especially Max Caster, who drops a sick fucking rap every time they come in. It's like, and fucking like has been dubbing the Gun Club as the Ass Boys for forever.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Now they're rescuing Mr. Ass. and yes, Christy, that's Mr. Ass. You're right. Jungle Boy reminds me too much of Tarzan Boy, the song from the skating rink scene in Stranger Things. Ow.
Ouch. And what did Special Snowflake say?
Snowflake is saying they misspelled vanity, as in the Varsity Blondes. I wouldn't say that they're vain. They're handsome dudes, but I wouldn't say that the vanity is their big thing. Like, they call themselves the Varsity Blondes because they had like this weird little thing of like they were like college varsity boys, and who was in their corner? And she
They
turned
had
on them?
Julia Hart.
Julia Hart. That's right. She was kind of dressed up as their cheerleader or whatever.
Yeah.
It was so weird.
But yeah, no,
It's
the
so
match sucked, but the segment following the match was actually fun.
Which was funny because, like you said, the Acclaimed saved what's his face,
Daddy Ass
Billy Gunn, and Max Caster, and Billy Gunn celebrated by Max Caster shouting, "Scissor me, Daddy Ass!"
Yeah.
Ah!
I like Max
What the
Caster,
heck?
especially
it's
all
literally
the
like that.
yeah.
Yeah,
I like Max.
Scissor me, Daddy Ass.
I like Max
Gross.
Caster, especially the rhymes he drops, taking shots at a real life shit, like all the politics and everything. It's so
Like,
good.
in actual like current event stuff. He's like Max Caster is clever. He's too clever to be in a tag team, but I guess it works better for him to be in a tag team.
Wait, hang on a minute. What's going on? Did someone had a question in the comments?
Let me see
in the
here.
chat?
Kuricity. Oh, she's giving dots over the scissor me, daddy ass.
Ah!
That's how they did, like, instead of fist bumping or too sweet or whatever, or telling to suck it. Apparently that was their thing.
Ah!
This is so lewd. Oh my God.
All
We're
right.
going to hell.
Let's get into the boring segment of the night. This segment is supposed to hype up an upcoming six-person trios match, which is a tournament quarterfinal for the AEW World Trios title. And this match is going to take place tomorrow night on Rampage, where the Trust Busters are going to be going head to head against.
Who are the
All right.
Trustbusters composed
The lead.
of?
All right, the guy in the beard, he's the leader. He is Ari Davari. The guy who looks like a wankster is Slim J. The big guy behind him is Parker Boudreaux, former NXT superstar Harland, and Sonny Kiss to the left, who has turned heel on last week's Rampage.
Sonny Kiss has turned heel.
Yes.
Where the hell was Sonny Kiss for us to care when they were babyface?
I know, and I hate saying that because Sonny Kiss is a really good wrestler.
Yeah, but at the same time, they have to contend against who again?
The Best Friends, Trent Beretta, Chuck Taylor, and freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy. Thank you. So yeah, I like the Best Friends. I don't like that they're in this feud with this slapped together faction of the Trust Busters. I don't know. I thought the video segment was the video package was weak, and I'm predicting that the Best Friends will win and they will advance in the tournament for the World Trios title.
God Almighty!
I know you have your opinions about the title. We've already talked enough.
I already shat on the title a million times already. And Snowflake here, thank you, because I'm Slim Shady. Yes, I'm the real Shady. All you other Slim Shadys are just imitating. So, the real Slim Shady? Please stand up. Please stand up.
Oh man.
Oh, what's her face? And Unicorn Tam. I was just taking off my Chuck Taylors.
Thank you. All right, let's get to the main event of the evening, which is a tournament quarterfinals trios match for the AEW World Trios title. The team of Roosh, Andrade and El Idolo, and Dragon Lee,
What?
versus the former AEW World Tag Team Champions, the Executive Vice Presidents, the Young Bucks.
Self-fellatiation.
Self-fellatiation. The Young Bucks.
Yep, the Young
with
Bucks,
their
fuck 'em.
mystery partner.
I wonder who it could. We all know who it fucking is.
Get ready to cringe, Wancho. It is none other than the former AEW World Champion, former Impact World Champion, former AAA Mega Champion, the leader of the Elite, the cleaner, Kenny Omega is back.
He doesn't even look like he wants to be there. Look at this. You could not have picked a more ridiculous fucking screenshot of Kenny Olivier. Look at him. He looks like he's fucking done. He's got one foot in the grave. What the fuck?
It doesn't help
What the fuck, Omega?
It doesn't help that he's still on the road to recovery and he's not 100%
Oh my
complete.
God. He is so okay. Justin Roberts had a full 8.5 by 11-inch fucking sheet of paper for the introduction for Kenny Omega, and Kenny's introduction was so protracted and elongated and so overhyped. I feel like all I was missing was a finger poke of doom with with how many pyros and ridiculous shit they gave for Kenny Omega to show up. Also, Lance Dominguez is in the chat, is in here. They're saying hello, and they say they love Kenny Omega. That's okay. You can love Kenny Omega. I personally don't. I think he's overrated.
Oh,
and
no. I have something
Honda,
else.
Ken Omega 3 beans looks so sloppy. Oh,
Ah.
my God. You can't even imagine.
Hang on a minute, folks. To complete the hate package for Juan Rouse, the Haterade package for Juan Rouse, joining on commentary is Kenny Omega's manager, Don Callis.
Fuck this guy, man. What the fuck? Okay, they don't need Don Callis up in this shit. I don't know why he's needed. I don't know why he's wanted. What is his use?
The
what
Elite
is his
is
purpose?
reunited, Juan!
No. Just no. Absolutely not. I refuse. Bullshit and shenanigans. This is the dumbest shit I've heard. And I've heard dumb shit. Okay. Bunda has got like haterade for days on everything under the sun that isn't 1984 Hulk Hogan. But at the same time, like Kenny Omega doesn't belong anymore. He doesn't fucking belong in AEW anymore. Yeah, he was one of the founding fathers, one of the elites and all this shit. No, okay.
Is it because of the change of the cultural landscape in AEW?
There's that. There's the fact that there are actual stars that draw money, like Punk, like Danielson, like fucking, like you have motherfuckers coming in from WWE who actually showed up there and are drawing in money for AEW. Kenny Omega
The only thing he knew how to do is burn $80 million on a video game that hasn't even been published yet. I will not stop rolling that horse about Kenny Omega being put in charge of the goddamn video game division of AEW. Please tell us about the match. How did it go? Omega wins LOL because they gave him such a big, gigantic freaking speech, and he has to have his big, gigantic statements. Go on, please.
All right, so first of all, okay, he is not 100% cleared to wrestle. He's got like a bit of a shoulder brace on him while
Which
wearing...
explains why he's wearing a goddamn T-shirt over here.
Where's why he's wearing this Under Armour shirt that he's got on. And yeah, as expected in every Young Bucks match, there are Young Bucks spots. There are giant flippy moves. There are super kicks if you're a fan of that. Kenny Omega, when he was tagged in, like he was basically like pandering to the crowd. Like the crowd was solidly behind Omega and all the moves that he did against the heels, against against
Andrade and Dragon Lee and Roosh.
Yeah. And there was, of course, a lot of high-flying spots from both the Young Bucks and the heels, including one I do want to call attention to because there was a while where the Young Bucks were beaten down. Omega had to fend off 3 versus 1 all by himself while hurt. Dragon Lee did a running suicide dive. He flipped over. He took Kenny Omega, and both of them got annihilated over the security barricade into the crowd. That looked so fast and so crazy. Holy shit,
Very
Dragon
nice.
Lee.
And apparently that wasn't enough to re-hospitalize Kenny Omega?
Apparently not.
Okay, well, I guess he's built tough.
Yeah, no.
enough,
This was
but still, what the fuck, man?
This was, and then they tried to put away Kenny Omega with the hammerlock DDT, but then the Young Bucks broke up the 2 count. Andrade tried to put him away, and of course, the match comes to an end when Kenny Omega hoisted Dragon Lee up. First of all, hitting him with 2 V-triggers, then hitting him with the 1-winged angel to get the win. Your winners, the Elite.
And apparently there was a big dramatic speech where the world's greatest wrestling artist, Kenny Olivier, fucking dumped some stuff.
Well, before that, Kenny Omega actually shook hands with Dragon Lee in the middle of the ring.
Oh,
and
good.
then
Sportsmanship. That's
yeah.
nice.
And then as they were leaving, Andrade, El Idolo, and Roosh destroyed Dragon Lee because how dare you shake hands with the enemy? You Judas!
All right, you better not be referencing my song. I invented Judas, baby.
And then we get to the part where Kenny Omega cuts the promo when the cameras were off the air. He addresses the fans. He tells them, yeah, he's not 100% yet. He's still on his road to recovery, but he's happy where he is right now. That kind of typical babyface talk. And like I said, I really don't think him wrestling right now when he's not recovered is the best idea.
But you see, they have to because they have a trios championship that the young fucks need their buddy in.
Oh,
they have to.
God.
Don't you understand? They have to. So they're going to go ahead and shave off another 8 years off of Kenny Omega's career so that the young fucks can play like they're important.
Yeah. Something I want to draw attention to, my personal criticisms. First of all, yeah, Kenny Omega, during his reign as AEW World Champion, he was wrestling with several injuries.
I forgot to mention, Bunda was saying on the chat, to be fair, Punk and Danielson are not bringing in new fans. It's still the same old AEW marks. Ow. So much haterade. My God.
I know. So Kenny Omega was wrestling hurt. He was wrestling with injuries.
I'm gonna take his face down if that's okay with you.
He was wrestling while injured during his reign as world champion, and he took some time off after Full Gear of 2021. And since then, he's kept a low profile from social media and not responding to anybody. Basically, he went ghost this whole time, and until his return last night. And as far as the Trios Championship, yeah, I'm going to call it right now. And I hate saying it because it sounds like I'm pooping on the party. The Elite are winning.
It's not pooping on the party when you've got the young fucks on the side plates of the championship belt.
You are ahead of me by one. You are ahead of me by 1 second. This seems less of something to excite the AEW product and more like a personal passion project for the Elite.
For the young fucks. Because Kenny Omega's only passion project is burning $80 million on a video game that hasn't been published yet. The only bit of screenplay for the video game was a goddamn simulation demo, like a pre-rendered demo where Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, pretended to play
with Tony Schiavone. He needs to cut the shit.
Oh man.
I'm not sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine. That being said, something else I want to mention as far as AEW goes. This actually
We're not done with AEW. Okay.
This actually ties back to WWE. NXT Heatwave, I said earlier, NXT's Worlds Collide pay-per-view event is going to be on Sunday, September 4th at 4 p.m. Eastern, 4 hours before AEW's All Out.
Huh.
So Sunday, September 4th is double booked by WWE and AEW. Who knew, right?
However, since it's double booked and the Worlds Collide pay-per-view bit is airing before All Out, I'm pretty sure that you're going to get fans booking and watching both at the same time.
Absolutely, which means that I'm going to be pulling a lot of duty that week, and I'm going to be covering the main event for both Worlds Collide and AEW All Out.
You don't need to pull duty. I've got Imodium if you need it.
I'll be covering the main event for both pay-per-views on that week's edition of Wrestle Rewind when we get to it in September. But now, let's go ahead and shift gears to Impact Wrestling. I wanted to discuss the main event for this year's Impact Wrestling's Emergence, which was on Friday, August 12th, where Josh Alexander, the Walking Weapon, defends the Impact World title against one half of the Motor City Machine Guns, Alex Shelley. This is Alex Shelley's first opportunity at the big gold, at the main title, at the big time.
Look how big and important this is.
And there was no screwiness. There was no outside interference. None of the stupid shit that happened. This was
no Violent by Design, no Bullet Club, no Honor No More. Nobody got in the way. Not even Alex Shelley's tag partner, Chris Sabin, came in the way. And nobody came in to try to interfere on behalf of Josh Alexander. They kept it pure?
They kept it pure.
You gotta be shitting me.
It was purely...
But this is Impact, bro. They have all these wacky shit happening on Impact all the time.
It's okay, Juan. Wrestling in Impact is good still.
Bullshit. Tell me how.
All right. So... They both got off on a fantastic foot. I like how they started going amateur wrestling on each other, trying to get one over the other, and then they try to execute each other's submission holds. There were many attempts where Alex Shelley tried to lock in the Motor City Stretch, which is a variation of the LaBelle Lock or the Gargano Escape, however you want to call it. And then, but of course, Josh Alexander was able to fight back. And there were even moments where Josh Alexander tried to lock in the ankle lock, but Alex Shelley was able to break off the hold, grabbing onto the ropes. And then Josh Alexander hits his comeback, nails him with his own wrestling moves, executes Suplex City onto Alex Shelley. So that was a lot of fun.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Alex Shelley tried to put him away with the air raid crash, only getting a 2 count. And then Josh Alexander then countered out of the Motor City Stretch, tried to roll him up, but only got a 2 count. In the end, Josh Alexander, after failing the first few attempts, finally hits Alex Shelley, first of all, with a jumping 2-stone pile driver, then the C4 spike to get the win. Your winner and still Impact World Champion, Josh Alexander.
Holy shit. That sounded incredible, man.
And then afterwards, both men shook hands in respect. This was a great match. Great job.
Yay. Me like you respect.
Hells yeah.
Me
All
like
the
respect and sportsmanship. I don't like Kenny Olivier to save my fucking life, but even he had enough respect. Okay, Dragon Lee, you gave me an excellent match. Thank you for watching out, and thank you for giving me a good run for my money.
Yes.
So, yeah, I'll respect that. And Josh Alexander being a proper world champion, Alex Shelley, you gave me a hell of a bout. Thank you very much for the match. Here's my hand. Well done.
Hells yeah. All right, so now let's get to tonight's edition of Impact Wrestling. This show opens up with the X Division taking the spotlight, and it is a 4-way match between...
Check out all the masks, guys. Holy shit. Well, we were talking about Power Rangers earlier. Here are the rest of the Power Rangers.
From left to right, we have Black Taurus representing Decay. We have Laredo Kid from Lucha Libre AAA. We have Ray Horace, who also wrestles in AAA and Ring of Honor.
Dude in the gold.
That'll be the dude in the gold. And we have Trey Miguel, the former Impact X Division champion.
That'd be the guy in the Venom hoodie here.
So all 4 of these men went at each other fast and furious. We saw some good lucha things from both Laredo.
You're not gonna stop with that great lucha things, are you?
There's luchadors in this match. It was very lucha heavy. There was, shall I say, mucha lucha.
Get the what the hell?
No, down,
No.
down, boy,
No.
down.
No.
No,
No.
retract,
No.
retract now.
No. That was a bad pun. bad pun.
Oh my God.
Bad. No. Yeah.
No, I refuse.
Oh.
Yeah, doesn't sound so hot when the shoe goes on the underfoot, right? But-
this sounds fucking awesome. Keep going.
But
And
after-
Tam sounds like they're enjoying the this lineup. Oh, Bunda over in the chat. Can y'all replace TNA with SmackDown? We can't, because then we would have to air Wrestle Rewind at 10 p.m. Friday nights instead, and we can't really compete with anyone else doing SmackDown news.
Yeah, but thank you for the super chat. I do appreciate it.
We do appreciate the $2 super chat from Bunda. Thank you very much.
Yes, indeed.
And Carisi remembers Mucha Lucha.
That being said, Black Taurus was able to.
Impact doesn't get much love.
Yeah, Black Taurus picks up the win after nailing Ray Horace with his finishing move. And, this was just a great opening match. It definitely got the crowd excited. Everyone loved it. It was amazing. The Chicago crowd ate up all of it.
This is how you start a show. You start it off with nice, big, high-pace energy, get the crowd excited, wake them up, let them know, hey, this is the pace that we're setting for the show, and let's keep that pace rolling. What do we got next?
Next, we have a one-on-one clash for the Impact X Division Championship as the defending champion Speedball Mike Bailey defends against the member of the Bullet Club, the Ultimate Finesser, Chris Bay.
Oh, hell yes. Okay. So we got, Mike Bailey defending against one of the hot shots of Bullet Club. Holy shit. Okay.
Yeah.
I only got to see bits and pieces of this, but you go ahead and tell us how it went.
All right, so first of all, it started off with Mike Bailey overwhelming Chris Bay with all the high-flying, like all the flippy, like agile spots, throwing him for a whirlwind, and it looks like Chris Bay was just going to leave, like quit the match. Like, you know what, man,
Fuck
screw it.
this. I ain't paid enough for this shit. I'm out.
But Chris Bay, ooh, that dastardly tweener, heel, face, whatever he's supposed to be, played mind games against Mike Bailey and was able to turn this match around to his favor. And then then both of them exchanged back and forth high moves. They were going at about 100 miles an hour against each other. Mike Bailey was able to turn it around, hitting him with a series of kicks. Juan, you saw those kicks.
I did see the kicks. That was like fucking brutal.
Hitmon Lee can't kick that fast. Oh, right, maybe he can.
Oh God Almighty! So Chris Bailey is Mike Bailey is a Hitmonlee. Awesome.
Yes, he is. He is the Hitmon Lee. Of course, the match ends with Mike Bailey hitting his finishing move, the ultimate, I forgot to call it. Oh, yeah, the ultimate weapon, getting the win. Your winner and still Impact X Division champion, Mike Bailey.
Hot shit. Doesn't look like Bullet Club made away with this match, but Mike Bailey definitely proved his bona fides as a genuine X Division champion.
Okay, now this is a backstage segment. At first, of Honor No More. So, and I'll get to the match that follows before the segment, but they're bitching and complaining. So here's the thing. Yeah.
Okay, Maria Kanellis looks like she's fucking done, even with her fucking husband right behind her. It's like, I'm not associated with them. I don't know these guys. We just happen to be walking down at the same time. I know we have a Frankenstein guy behind us. It's weird. Just leave me out of this. Just leave me out of this.
So at Emergence,
why are they so down in the dumps?
Let me explain. So at Emergence, they won their battle against Bullet Club, which means that they can challenge for the Impact World Tag Team titles. They were growing mighty impatient. They're growing disgruntled again because they want to know when they're getting their shot. So Matt Taven took it upon himself to confront the Impact Executive Director, Scott D'Amore, to talk to them about it. As of right now, the good...
Scott D'Amore's ripping off my clothing, man! He's got the black and purple suit on. What the fuck?
Maybe he watches your show.
Maybe he does, but then again, on the Black Files, I don't wear my purple shirt. I wear a blue shirt.
Oh, well, I mean, hey, man, it just means that you're inspirational. You're an inspiring figure. You're an inspiring figure for wardrobe.
I'm gonna check my closet over here.
Oh, come on, Watcher. Don't give me the originality speech.
And Belinda's saying, like, see, we can't really criticize Triple H's booking unless we cover at least Raw or SmackDown, is his thinking. I get that. I do get that.
I don't have the energy to do Raw and SmackDown.
Although we really don't.
I don't.
It's like we
Sorry.
like you know what? Tell you what. Once we're able to, like, we're monetized now, but once we're able to actually get rolling enough with more subscribers on the Ravens flock, and Jose can, like, you know, not have to worry about work anymore, like for a straight job.
Then I'll consider it.
Then he'll freaking throw in Raw and SmackDown stuff.
But until then, this is my format. This is what I'm doing.
It's okay. It's not the end of the world. And Unicorn Tam likes the purple plaid. I actually have a purple plaid shirt also.
Oh, hey, somebody else is ripping off your closet.
I am a fashionista icon, and no one's giving me my dues.
Hang on a minute. I thought I was the fashionista icon.
How?
I wear cool shit.
Like what?
I have a lot of cool clothing in my closet that I've whipped out.
Like what?
Well, I'm not going to say it. I'm a shower, not a teller.
Well,
Show and tell. I mean, show, don't tell.
Well, we're showing and we're not telling people what's happening
Well, I'm not
between
doing...
Scott D'Amore and Honor No More.
Okay, so Scott D'Amore tells Honor No More that the Good Brothers are currently recuperating. They're going to be out for weeks. But Matt Taven can have a one-on-one match next week against Carl Anderson. And Maria Kanellis, if Carl Anderson wins, Maria Kanellis is barred from ringside when they challenge for the Impact World Tag Team titles.
Ha! So, like, okay, you want to stick your foot in your mouth, huh, buddies?
How's this? I'm going to actually book a match and make stipulations that make it impossible for you guys to be cheating assholes.
Ha!
That.
Ha!
You're going to get exactly what you want. Just be sure you want what you're going to get. And yeah, could he see? I just hit him with the and then, pretty much. And yeah, Jose, all he has is black. Well, kind of.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Well, this goes to show you, kids, it's easier to ask forgiveness than ask for permission.
What the hell? As far as Honor No More trying to bug the executive of Impact.
Now, the match that follows before the Honor No More segment, yeah, we're rewinding a little. It's a one-on-one match between Kenny King versus Heath Slater.
Why does Heath Slater's little background photo look like he's trying to cosplay as Gangrel?
Oh, no, but he's still trying to be the rock and roll Southern guy. You know, he's a one-man rock band. He's still rocking band.
He looks like he's trying to copy Gangrel. All he needs is a chalice with red viscous liquid in it.
Oh, my God.
It's blood, folks. He's talking about blood. He's a vampire.
So there's really not much to say on this match. This match was pretty average. It was actually shorter than I had anticipated. It went by a commercial break, but then afterwards they didn't really spend a lot of time. Heath Slater was able to get a second win against Kenny King, and then eventually hitting him with the wake-up call to get the win. Then afterwards, Honor No More came down to the ring, and then they did a gang beatdown on Heath Slater, and the leader of Honor No More, Eddie Edwards, commanded PCO to show his commitment for the freaking Frankenstein monster to attack Heath. But then PCO was like shaking his head, all gimmicky, like being indecisive, like, oh, I don't know what to do. Until Heath Slater, once again, attacks from behind one of the members of Honor No More before fleeing off into the crowd. What a good guy, everyone.
Well, to be fair, Heath Slater did win a pretty standard match, and Honor No More did jump him for no good reason. Aside from, like, oh, we're
because
keep making an example.
Because for the past couple of weeks, Heath Slater has been targeting members of Honor No More and attacking them from behind.
Well, that's because Honor No More are the bad guys and stuff. Like, they're a-holes. Yeah, no, Heath is a waste of money, says Christy. Holy shit.
Ooh.
Ow. But he's got kids.
I don't know. He was a pretty good hand in WWE.
For 5 seconds. He was the jobber of all jobbers.
Like 3MB, they were the big jobber band, and out of 3MB, Heath Jobber was the only jobber to never actually get a chance to be a champion. Drew McIntyre went ahead and became a WWE champion, Drew McIntyre, and Jobber Mahal
became WWE
champion, Jinder fucking Mahal. Don't hinder Jinder.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, that was a weird time.
That was so weird, right?
Jinder Mahal, WWE champion. Never thought I would say that in a sentence.
Right? It was so bizarre, but I guess weirder things have been known to happen. Yeah, no, his best times was when he was in tag teams. Singles, not his style.
Yeah, I know.
He's trying to do what he can.
Now let's get to the segment of the night, and that is another backstage segment with Brian Myers, the Internet Champion, and Bhupinder Gujjar. And yes.
Talk about somebody who's a waste of space. Oh my God. Okay. I already said it before. Bhupinder Gujjar, which is the dude on the left, and yes, Brian Myers, formerly known as
Kurt Hawkins from WWE.
Yeah. Like, legitimately, these guys don't have any actual personality between the two of them to save our lives. We make fun of Von Wagner being a one-man charisma vacuum. These two fucks need to be together to suck the charisma out of any scene. But we're supposed to care, allegedly, because fucking Brian Myers is the Impact Digital Media Champion, and Bhupinder Gujjar is trying to take that championship, even though he doesn't have anything social media relevant.
Actually, they did wrestle, and Brian Myers won and retained the title.
Then that's it. That's the end of story. Done. What are they still doing?
Because Bhupinder Gujjar is so frustrated because of the finish, because Brian Myers had to cheat, and he says, like, oh, no, I'm not done with you, not by a lot. Like, he's cut something. Like, it was hard for me to make out what he said. So, again, language
over.
barrier.
Go home. Bhupinder Gujjar, you lost to Matt Cardona's wingman. For fuck's sake, dude.
Oh, yeah, speaking of Matt Cardona, just
I
a
saw
brief... Yeah, I know. Just a brief thing. Congratulations on your wedding in GC.
The GCW homecoming event where he dressed up as fucking cosplaying as Randy Savage and fucking Chelsea Green cosplayed as Miss Elizabeth, and they got their shit kicked in by
Nick Gage.
By Nick Gage, and everybody got bloody because it's GCW. Now, if you want actual garbage wrestling, there's your garbage wrestling there. At least Impact has some television and has a little bit of dignity for themselves. God damn it.
Yeah, that is true.
Well, actually, like I would argue, could he see that the Digital Media Championship is not as dumb as the 24/7 title, because the 24/7 title is gimmicked all to hell. At least the Digital Media Championship can come across as like, okay, we want our wrestlers at Impact who have like a big followings on social media, or they have a big influence on YouTube, or in reaching out to our fans to represent, and we represent them using the Digital Media title. Like I mentioned earlier.
Especially when you consider that Impact Wrestling right now, their program is very reliant on the internet, on social media, rather than on TV.
Yeah, that's why we watch Impact on YouTube by paying their being subscribed to like $4.99 a month, whatever.
Actually, it's 99 cents a month.
99 cents a month. It's even better. It's so affordable.
I know, right? It's crazy.
The best thing out of the 24/7 title was R-Truth. Ow.
Well, it's not like the 24/7 Championship has any type of legacy worth destroying at this point.
Except for the hardcore title that it was clearly crib notes away from.
Yeah, that's true. But now let's get to the main event of the evening, and it is a 6-man elimination match. The winner gets to face off Josh Alexander for the Impact World Championship at this year's Bound for Glory. Bound for Glory is the...
Because what the fuck is he wearing? Okay, keep going.
So the participants are, from left to right, Eddie Edwards, Steve Macklin, former Impact World Champion himself, Moose, the Death Machine, Sami Callihan, Bandito, the former Ring of Honor World Champion.
What the fuck is Bandito wearing?
Oh, doesn't it look cool?
It kind of looks like a mask, a mix between Zorro and a plague doctor.
Yeah.
And Rich Swann.
Now, Bound for Glory is the equivalent of WrestleMania for Impact Wrestling. That is their
Victory Road would be that, but whatever.
No, it's definitely Bound for Glory.
Right.
Bound for Glory is their WrestleMania, much like Double or Nothing is AEW's WrestleMania. So.
Yeah, true. All right, let's keep going.
So this was an awesome match. The first person to get eliminated was Sami Callihan.
Ow.
After a quick roll-up. And then following that, Moose was rolled up himself by Steve Macklin, and Moose got eliminated next. And then both...
You got to understand, Moose has been pissed off that he hasn't been able to get a shot at the Impact World Championship since Josh Alexander won it from him, and he's been pissed off ever since. This is just another notch on his belt. Holy fuck.
Yeah, and then after...
Bandito is wearing a poor man's B-rated Zorro outfit, says Cody Steve.
Zorro!
Zorro!
I like Zorro.
Yeah, the Mask of Zorro was awesome. Legend of Zorro was a little more kooky, but still.
Yeah. Hey, I watch it for Catherine Zeta-Jones, and that's all I got to say.
And I watched it for Mr. Anthony Hopkins being a badass.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the sequel.
No.
Okay. That being said, then afterwards, Steve Macklin was the next person to get eliminated, and it was down to 3 competitors: Eddie Edwards, Bandito, and Rich Swann.
Please tell me Rich Swann was next. Please tell me Rich Swann was next. Please tell me
No,
Rich Swann.
Bandito was next. Bandito got eliminated by Eddie Edwards, and then it was down to Rich Swann and Eddie Edwards. And Eddie Edwards tried to put him away with the Boston Knee Party as a finish.
I love that. Wait, what sort of move is that? Is that like a knee strike to the face? Or what
Yeah, just a running knee straight to the face, the Boston Knee Party. But then got a 2 count, and I thought that that's where the match should have ended. And then he pulls up Rich Swann again, then plants him with another finishing move, and finally puts him away. Your winner and number 1 contender for Josh Alexander's Impact World title, the leader of Honor No More, Eddie Edwards. And the rest of the
shit.
And the show closes off with Honor No More celebrating Eddie Edwards' win.
Oh shit.
So now the Honor No More faction are now all of them are being elevated in storylines. Matt Taven and Mike Bennett are challenging the Good Brothers for the Impact World Tag Titles, and Eddie Edwards is now elevated into the main event picture with Josh Alexander
for the Impact World title. Holy fuck. Yeah, no, Unicorn Tam is right. Sammy Callahan looks like he's striking a JoJo pose over here. Yeah, no, what's his face? And Antonio Banderas as Zorro can whoop Bandito's ass.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Gosh, looks like my kid could whoop Bandito's ass. My kid's twig.
All right. Let's not knock on him. We don't know much about Bandito except he wrestled for Ring of Honor, and he was their world champion, okay?
I mean...
Yeah.
If he was still worth being a world champion, I mean... Wouldn't he be challenging for Ring of Honor now instead of working at Impact? Oh, wait.
That being
Was
said...
that too real?
Yeah.
Whose couches are these? There are couches. This is our house.
That being said, Impact
Thank you,
Wrestling was
Buddha.
the Impact Wrestling show was actually pretty good. I liked the X Division matches that they had. There was also a women's match which with Killer Kelly versus Savannah Evans. It wasn't a squash. It was definitely a good average match, but they put over Killer Kelly, and I was definitely happy for that. And the main event of
Jose saying Killer Kelly, not Kelly Kelly.
Killer
Barbie
Kelly.
Blank is gone.
Don't worry. We learned that lesson the hard way.
No, Killer Kelly.
Okay.
And of course, the main event match of the 6-man elimination match was definitely fun to watch, especially the earlier eliminations, because Sami Callihan and Moose, they're not done with each other yet.
And yes, Jose and I live together. He's legitimately my brother, and we live together along with K-Storm.
Yes.
Jose needs a real broadcaster's chair. We need an actual broadcast studio.
We need to
used be
broadcast everything.
Yeah, but like we're working on it. Why doesn't Angel live there? Because Angel lives with his family.
He lives
on the other
he's
side
over
of the county.
He's over on the other side. But that being said, AEW Dynamite was also a good show. Everything that they're doing with CM Punk is pretty awesome. Now, whether he's going to business or for himself or not, it's definitely drawing ratings.
People are wondering. They want to see what else CM Punk's going to say next.
Exactly.
But at the same time, it's taking away from the actual storyline that's supposed to be going on
With
which
Jon
is
Moxley.
John Moxley and the unification of the World Championship. So what the fuck?
All the other matches.
Amazon wishlist. Cough gag.
Yeah, the main event trios match was definitely fun, and I know it's predictable, but yeah, I am sort of happy seeing Kenny Omega back. I wish he was not injured. That's my only criticism. And of course, hey, sorta.
How dare you like Kenny Omega?
Because I respect Kenny Omega more than I respect the Young Bucks, because he actually had great wrestling matches.
That's because Kenny Omega knew how to stay the fuck out of the limelight while the Young Fucks wrecked their reputation in AEW while he was recovering from his injuries.
Thank you. And of course, but Bryan Danielson versus Daniel Garcia for the 2 out of 3 falls match was definitely the stuff of legend. I love it. It was amazing. Now, NXT Heatwave, it was a good show. I thought that the finishes were of the champions retaining their titles was but it didn't take away any of the spark from the matches. The opening match was great. Mandy Rose is definitely improving in her in-ring work against Zoe Stark. And you know what? If she does drop the championship soon at Worlds Collide or whenever, she's definitely ready to be called back to return to the main roster on Raw or SmackDown. And, of course, the main event match, Braun Breaker putting the brakes on JD McDonough and retaining the title was definitely great. And everything that they're doing with all the talents from NXT UK heading to Worlds Collide, I'm very excited because I want to see what happens next. Because remember, folks, change isn't always bad. Sometimes change can be good.
As long as you actually implement the change properly. I mean, like, you gotta be careful, like, not breaking your own continuity like they did.
Oh yeah, with Tyler Bate. Oh man,
Tyler Bate
that
showing
was
up
so.
as the NXT UK champion,
Even though they didn't air the tournament finals yet.
They
Oh my
fucked up.
god,
They fucked up.
They really
They
fucked up.
They fucked up.
Oh. That being said, so a couple of announcements before we wrap up for all our viewers watching. For any of the local cosplayers and nerds in Florida or from out of state attending, first of all, there will be no edition of Los Amigos Play this Saturday, nor there will be an edition of the Ravens Flock this Saturday, because we will be in attendance for Phantasm Orlando, which is a horror convention, and it'll be held from Friday, August 19th till Sunday, August 21st at the Doubletree Hotel that's by the entrance of Universal Orlando in Orlando, Florida. I think we hyped Phantasm Orlando a lot, didn't we?
Well, we have been hyping Phantasm Orlando. I mean, we know the folks running the joint, and we know a lot of the guests who are going to be there, including the two of the cosplay guests who have been on the Ravens Flocks programming. That's Sarah Serenity Magical Cosplay and Psychotic Beauty Cosplay.
That's
We're gonna
right.
say, holy snap! Dev End with a $20 super chat.
Thank you
New
very
chair
much,
fund.
Dev End.
Thanks for entertaining us. Thank you, Dev End.
Thank you very much, Devin. We appreciate the donation. You are freaking awesome. Continue with the Phantasm watch up.
Yeah, the Phantasm Orlando is gonna be this weekend, Friday, August 19th through the 21st, like you mentioned, at the Hilton DoubleTree. By the entrance at Universal in Orlando, Florida. Tickets for pre-sale are obviously closed, but since the convention begins tomorrow, tickets on sale at the door are available. Again, thank you, Devin, for that. So go ahead, check out phantasmorlandoofficial.com. The link is in the in the chat over here. And if you're gonna be there, say hello to us. We'll be there Saturday and Sunday, and we hope to see you all there.
Fun fact, AEW airs their YouTube show, AEW Dark, at Universal Studios.
Hi. You mean the old stomping grounds of
WCW Saturday Night
and the old stomping grounds of Impact Wrestling when they were TNA Impact.
Oh yeah, the Impact Zone. Yeah. Oh man.
What are all of the elite wrestlers doing in the Impact Zone?
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm not gonna fucking let it down. Can't wait to AEW Dark. Like says Devend. Again, thank you, Devend. Right quick, we do appreciate everyone supporting us over here. We really do. And we can't wait to continue to provide you guys more content. Jose's got lots of passion for pro wrestling, which is why we have no shame in bringing you Wrestle Rewind.
Yes, indeed. Absolutely. And that being said, we will be live streaming from the convention this Saturday on August 20th, and we will be giving you the same experience we did. We'll do the same thing we did with Tampa Bay Comic-Con.
And
MetroCon. We want to go live and give you the convention experience by touring around the whole convention, saying hi to everybody we see, and also interacting with each and every one of you. We had a great time at the last stream for Tampa Bay Comic-Con, despite me nearly dying. I definitely wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. It was a great experience that I had with all my friends, with Juan, with Angel. It was
fun because we got to see so many of our fans. John Barrowman, Captain Jack Harkness from Doctor Who, was in the crowd in the dealer's room.
He was incognito.
But
as one of the crowd.
He was in his authentic civilian disguise, and we had to keep it on the low down, if you know what I'm saying. And I got to see my friend, the lovely Crazy Kenna cosplay. Kenna, I love you very much with all my heart. And you hold infinity in the palm of your hand, sweetheart. She's an amazing cosplayer. Definitely go check her out. And Bunda's over here saying, last time I'm suggesting this, but you guys should definitely cover Raw, Dynamite, and NXT, I guess. Like we said, we want to do Raw and SmackDown, but we don't have enough brain power and time power in order to be able to do premier Wrestle Rewind.
Also, I'm trying to be a little more inclusive and not being WWE exclusive, because WWE is not the only wrestling content, the only game in town.
That's why Wrestle Rewind is a little more rounded, because you have one brand of WWE that actually makes it look a little more fair when you compare it to Dynamite and Impact Wrestling. And yeah, Impact Wrestling has kind of been the butt of a lot of jokes, but that's been replaced by GCW in recent years. And the fact that Impact has any sort of deal working with with New Japan Pro Wrestling is something to be commended. But to get more viewers, you're going to need at least Raw. That is a thought.
No. You know what? Let me take care of this. I got this. You know what?
But it's
Let me.
still.
Yeah, I know. Juan, I'll take care of this.
You sure? Okay.
Bunda, when we get to it, I will consider it. But for now, this is what I'm doing. This show is not about WWE wrestling.
But
This
it is
show
about pro
is
wrestling.
about pro wrestling as a whole.
Now,
And that is the only thing I'm saying on that matter.
Now, in the future, if we do it, we'll be the first to know, and Jose will sing it loud and proud from the rooftops. It's literally tough enough to try to get a decent night's work out of this guy on a normal week. Like, try to have him fit in Raw and SmackDown and maybe, like, Rampage or New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Yeah, no,
It's
if you really
enough
want
to drive a man up the wall.
Yeah,
Too
I
much
like wrestling just as much as any other fan, but man, there are times when I got to take a break, you know? And speaking of breaks, let's go ahead and wrap up this programming. Juan, plug us away.
Don't mind if I do. We do appreciate the commentary from you, Bunda. Thank you very much. You keep us even. So does Codici, so does Devend, Nikki Bella, Hassan Terrell, everyone who comes in and watches us. So with that being said, thank you very much for watching this week's live stream edition of Wrestle Rewind, hosted by Jose Casabona, as he brings to you the best and worst of 3 of the most exciting professional wrestling programs in North America today. WWE's NXT 2.0, All Elite Wrestling's AEW Dynamite, and Impact Wrestling. Be sure to join us as we stream live every Thursday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, simulcasting on YouTube and Twitch. Hit the subscribe and follow button and ring that notification bell to stay up to date on all of our media content, and join us in the live chat so that we can join in as part of the discussion as we bring to you all of the news from the world of professional wrestling that we can hope to bear. Until next time, continue to follow us on Facebook.com/TheRavensFlock, Twitter.com/RavensFlock13, Instagram.com/TheRavensFlockOnline, Twitch.tv/TheRavensFlockOnline, and of course, remember to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell right here on our flagship platform, YouTube.com/TheRavensFlock, humble home of the Black Files, Los Amigos Play, Wrestle Rewind, and The Ravens Flock.
All right, folks, thank you very much for tuning in on this week's edition of Wrestle Rewind. I'm your host, Jose Casabona. That was Juan Arouse and NXT UK. Thank you very much for all of the awesome memories.
Rest in peace, NXT UK, case of the Casabona. Gotta love it.